My father used to tell me, a focused fool can accomplish more than a distracted genius.
You shouldn't be focused on others. You should be focused on yourself.
And tune in to voices of value. Not to waste most of time on the things that don't count.
Focus. You need to have it in a world full of distractions. Distractions are finite. Your potential is not. Scrolling won't train your body. Tutorials won't build your business. Notifications won't bring you peace. Only a meaningful goal, clarity on how to achieve it, and unbreakable focused effort can do that for you.
You see, the mind can only focus on one thing at a time. If you try and put two images in the mind at the same time, you have confusion.
Your most valuable asset isn't your time, it's your attention.
This year, you can't allow anything or anyone to get in the way of your growth, your success, or your inner peace. You have to stay focused.
To be exceptional, you need to do the boring things for an exceptionally long time, because it's in doing the boring where discipline becomes your edge. It's where character is built, where the depth of your desire is tested. Do the boring things because it's the key to being great.
Chase real dopamine. Sun, ice, sauna, weights, runs, walks, hard work, breath work, meditate, visualize, design, serve, connect, and create. Do real work. You'll never reach your potential if fake dopamine is always within reach.
Now is the best time to start.
Not tomorrow. Not next week.
Not until next month.
Not next year.
You have to start
right now.
So get out there and chase your dreams. Find adventure. Fall in love. Take risks.
Because trust me,
It'll be worth it, I promise.
To be honest, I'm comfortable being who I am. Not pressed to fit in. Not worried about going out partying. Not worried about having a lot of friends. Just being me. Staying out the way. Staying in my own lane. And just doing what works for me.
Pay your dues. Become the person you want to be. It's the easiest equation in the world.
Your greatest hour will be right after your worst hour of despair.
How many do I have to do? How many do you have to fucking do? As many as it's gonna take to transform that fat ass you're fucking carrying around.
We're living. We're not waiting for it to pass by. You give it your all in there. Even though you're exhausted, you come out of here, everything else from this point forward in your day is easy. And your newfound energy for it.
If you're willing to give up that for pride, accomplishment, feeling of self-worth, if you're willing to make that transaction, Miami Fitness is your bank.
Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about?
Here's the truth.
It's not about
doing more.
It is about
doing less,
but better.
Now you can know everything in the world, sport, but the only way you're finding out that one is by giving it a shot.
Normalize silence. Work out without music. Walk without your phone. Sit in a room with your thoughts and nothing else. For once, don't be distracted. Your best ideas are on the other side of the silence you're avoiding.
I actually think focus just comes down to saying no to everything that is not what you said you would do.
All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you. You won't get to choose how long you're here. You won't know how many sunrises you have left. You don't get to rewind, pause, or skip the hard chapters. All you get is now.
You know, right now the goal is just to focus on myself, everything growth. I'm not worried about the mistakes that I made in the past or anything, I'm in competition with myself. So I'm just getting better and better and better. That's it.
Behind the eyes of the obsessed are heartbreaks, failures, lost souls in dark places. But magic happens there. Beautiful things start when hidden intensity is given hope.
There is no limit.
There is no end.
There's really no possible compromise.
And there's nothing to lose, because they've felt what nothing truly is. And since then, anything feels possible.
No smoking, no drinking. Just me, Jim, and God, man. We're focused. And you know what? That's all that matters right now.
Once you've launched towards your goal, never consider the possibility of failure. The Germans have a saying, it's immer vorne, nie zurück. Immer vorne, nie zurück. And it means always forward, never backward. Never consider the possibility of failure. Every person here is here because they refused to quit when the going got rough. Your ability to persist in the face of setbacks and disappointments is vital to all great achievement, and it's always a decision that you make. It's not the external environment, it's always the internal environment.
Stay focused on what really matters.
And so if we want to be focused, then you can run that filter through your brain, which is, this is something that is not what I said I would do. Which means if I want to be focused, the answer is no. Now, how focused you are determines the extent to which and across domains that you say no to. So on one level, you say no to business opportunities. Even more focused would be a person who says no to business opportunities and new friend opportunities. Even more focused would be someone who does no new friend opportunities, no new business opportunities, no networking opportunities, and the list can keep going, right? If somebody did literally nothing else, then they'd be the most focused person. And so it's not a, am I focused or not? It's how focused are you?
Tomorrow morning, I'll wake up stronger. I'll feel alive. And I'll have the belief and confidence backing me up. After a good night's rest, I can only get better. This is your day. Enjoy it.
Stop pretending that you have more self-control than you actually do. If you constantly get distracted by video games, sell your video games. If you can't stop smoking weed, give it back to the guy who sold it to you and delete his number. If you can't stop scrolling on social media, delete the apps. If you don't have the self-control to limit the consumption of these things, you have to remove them from your life. The odds that you're going to go from being addicted to something and then only by your sheer will are you going to then only do it sometimes are slim to none. The odds are that you're going to be a product of your environment, and the things that you can't stop yourself from over-consuming should not be in it. Cut yourself off and replace it with something that's good for you.
Just stay focused, you understand? You know what I'm saying? Keep your mind straight on the prize. Don't let nothing get in between. You know what I'm saying? You gotta focus up. Like my boy Fabio said, fully focused. You know what I'm saying?
Fully focused.
You gotta be fully focused. You can't let shit get in between the way you and your goal. You gotta just do it. You gotta just do it.
We all have a great need for acceptance. But you must trust that your beliefs are unique, your own, even though others may think them odd or unpopular, even though the herd may go, that's bad. Robert Frost said, 2 roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. I want you to find your own walk right now, your own way of striding, pacing, any direction, anything you want, whether it's proud, whether it's silly, anything. Gentlemen, the courtyard is yours.
Well.
We've already gone through 7 months.
This year, but
As long as you're
Making progress.
and consistently,
working towards your goals.
then you're definitely
On the right track
of getting your life
on point.
Don't wait for one day. One day is safe. One day is harmless. One day is delusion. It's easier to push it off than push yourself to do it now. The pressure of starting is greater than waiting. So write down what you dream of doing and start before you're ready, because one day never comes.
I truly believe we are all equal as human beings. If we are obsessed with something and we truly pursue our passion with everything we have, regardless of anything else, if you are obsessed, work hard, put in the time, you will succeed. And
everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'ma do my own thing.
Do everything that you feel, even if you are told that it's the wrong thing. Trust your gut. Trust your instincts, because that instinct is who God made you to be. God has something inside of you, and when you walk down the street, you're thinking about it, and then you just see it in the window. Something is trying to say, be the maximum you.
Hey man, stick to the plan. You knew it wasn't going to be easy, but you can't give up now. Keep going.
You never get used to the pressure. Just learn to embrace it. Expectations aren't a burden. They're a privilege.
Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man young, wealthy, and wise.
I ain't got time about you, man. Because tomorrow, I got to go back to the grind. And tomorrow, I go back to the grind again. And again, and again, and again.
for many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but you know what? Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal.
Of course they gonna say, bro, that shit lame, bro, you stupid, bro. Because, bro, they ain't amount to shit yet. They ain't did it yet.
And I suggest you lock the fuck in. This opportunity won't be around forever. Wake up and fucking get it.
It's all about focus.
The most important key to achieving great success is to decide upon your goal and then launch. Get started. Take action. Do something. Move. A 12-year study at Babson College concluded that the act of taking the first step is what separates the losers from the winners, or the winners from the losers.
You have to decide what to focus on. Now again, if you don't think about it, you'll be triggered by the environment, or you'll be triggered by your habits. But whatever you focus on, that's your experience of life. I always tell people, you don't experience life. You experience the life you focus on. Right now, you could focus on something and get yourself pissed off. If it's not in your own life, it could be about other people, right? You could find total joy in this moment or gratitude if you focus on something else. So we don't experience life. It's what we focus on, and what we focus on, we feel, even if it's not true. So if you think somebody is taking advantage of you, you get all angry, and later on you find out they didn't, you feel like an idiot, right? But when you were focused on it, it was real to you. So focus equals reality to the individual, even though it's not reality in actuality. Or a simpler way is focus equals feeling.
Because I don't care who you are, where you're from, doesn't matter. It's having a focus and having a purpose. Right? You wake up every single day to get better today than you were yesterday. Now, it doesn't matter what you are. You're a basketball player, a hockey player, golf player, painter, right? It doesn't matter. Right? You try to reach your full potential by getting better every single day, and that's the quest.
When I work, I work. When I sleep, I sleep. When I eat, I eat. Where you place the attention, this is where the energy goes. You do things as a one unit. You don't sit here and think about the holidays. And then you travel to the holidays, but you are thinking about work. I place my attention somewhere else, my energy goes somewhere else.
We create what we focus on. Where focus goes, energy flows, but most people are focusing on what they have to do, not what they can do. They're focusing on what is versus what they're here to create. What makes you a leader is you see things as they are, but then you see it better than it is, and you make it the way you see it. You come up with that vision and you make it happen.
Go into the silence. Go and sit down quietly by yourself for 30 to 60 minutes. 30 to 60 minutes. Most people in our society have never sat quietly for 30 to 60 minutes in their entire lives. Yet I will tell you this method works 100% of the time. That any problem that you have, any difficulty, any challenge, any goal that you want to accomplish, if you'll go into the silence and sit quietly and then listen to the still small voice within, this is the key. You will find that at a certain point, probably at about 25 to 30 minutes, your mind will go completely clear, and then a flow of ideas will start to flow into your mind. You'll feel energy welling up inside you.
And I'm telling you from the bottom of my soul, it is so easy to beat people today. They are so soft. They have no work ethic. No one can stick with anything. Everyone's distracted. They're on social media. They're counting their fucking notification because they can't stick with shit. They can't say no.
Ask for strength, and you receive challenges to become stronger. You asked for a positive mind, and you were thrown into darkness to find your own light. You see, everything has its purpose, so only focus on improving yourself. That's all you can ever do.
I'm starting to realize, bro, when you dance to your own rhythm, when you play by your own rules, and you living through your vision, that's a perfect indication you're doing it correctly. Because they literally don't see what you see. They don't see it. They don't see what you see. They don't see as far as you see. And they don't understand why you see what you see.
How bad do you actually want the thing that you want? Seriously, ask yourself and be honest with the answer, because you can't kind of want it. You're gonna lose. You're not just competing against people who kind of want it. You're not just competing against people who want it bad. You're also competing against people who need to do it. You are competing against people that wake up every single day and their sole purpose, their sole mission is to get better at the thing that you want to do. People that are willing to give up partying, video games, whatever they have to give up. That's your competition. So unless you're massively talented or massively intelligent or have some genetic advantage that nobody else has, you can't half-ass it. You can't take half measures. You can't sit around and scroll on social media all day and play video games and go hang out with the boys and still expect to win. If you're not willing to give up everything, if you're not willing to go all in on the thing that you want, you don't want it.
I'm at the point in my life right now where I'm just locking in. I can't keep worrying about distractions and things that ain't serving my purpose, because everything I do now depends on how my future looks. So I'm locked in and I'm focused.
When your past calls, don't answer. It has nothing new to say. Never let your past experience harm your future. Your past can't be altered, and your future doesn't deserve the punishment.
I don't care who's doing better than me, because I'm doing better than I was last year. It's me against me.
Is this going to make me better? No. It goes.
The biggest risk to your future isn't your competition. It's the distractions you insist on keeping in your life, rather than doing the things you know you should be doing but aren't.
I just eliminate all external distractions, that's what's going on, and just focus on the process itself and enjoying it every single day.
Is this going to create a brighter future for those around me? No, it goes. And it's simple as that.
Put the phone away for 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes. Just put it across the room, sit down, pick a point on the wall, and just try and relax while maintaining visual focus for 120 seconds on a location. What you'll find is it's incredibly boring and agitating, like most things you need to focus on and have a hard time focusing on. Just a little bit of focus training for 2-3 minutes every once in a while will teach you to recognize when you have that impulse to get up and move or suddenly jump to another activity. And what you'll find is that it carries over to a really terrific ability to read, to study, to listen, and you start to notice those internal signals, like why the urgency to move. Chances are you just haven't really taught your brain how to focus.
It don't happen overnight, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really frustrating, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really inspiring and empowering. And if you get too high off the highs and too low off the lows, you're gonna take yourself on a ride that's very, very uncomfortable. I think it's just about being committed to the work and appreciating it, when it's good, and not stressing too bad when it's bad, just appreciating the work and staying focused on showing up every day.
It's time to lock in. No more procrastination, no more parties, no more distractions. If you keep doing the same things, you're gonna get the same results. It's time for change. It's time to lock in, because you deserve to be the person that you're meant to be. It's time to lock in.
I don't give a damn what you think. I'm doing this for me. The world feeding beings is gassed up. If you think you're stopping me, I'ma be what I set out to be. Without a doubt, I'm tired of playing all those who look down on me. I'm tearing down your balcony.
Yesterday you said that
you were gonna do it today.
But you didn't. So
Post that video. Start a business. Write the song.
read the book.
Go to the gym. Whatever it is. Just begin. Remember one thing. Through every dark night, there's a bright day after that. So no matter how hard it get, stick your chest out, keep your head up, and handle it.
We are already halfway through this year, and
I want you to know I'm proud of you.
don't give up and continue to stay focused on your goals.
Trust me, everything you're doing now, you're doing for yourself.
So get in there and get to work.
Excellence. I said before, guys, it's not an accident in somebody's life. It's a habitual habit that's trained and perfected and then remastered every single day.
Whatever you do to be the best, you have to obsess over it, to a point where most would say you've lost your mind. Because the truth is, to be the best, you don't have to be special. You just have to do the things nobody is willing to sacrifice for it.
If you don't see what I do every single day, then I can't pay attention to what you say about me every single day. You don't know what time I wake up. You don't know how often I train. You don't know what I put my body through. I really don't pay attention to that outside noise because my circle's so small, and they're gonna tell me the truth at all times. When I'm not being myself, those are the individuals that I listen to more than anything. So I don't really pay attention to it.
But the superior human being keeps their mind on what they want. The superior human being stops the negative thoughts. The superior human being concentrates on excellent performance. Now somebody will say, well, I've never done it before. How can I concentrate, or how can I recall and relive excellence? Easy, in your imagination. You can pretend and imagine that you've done this before. Pretend that you've already succeeded at this. Think about how you would act if you were a superb success in this area. Walk as though you were a success. In neurolinguistic programming, they find that there is a physiological state or way of walking, talking, and acting that is consistent with every emotional state. And that if you walk and talk and act the same way you would if you felt confident, as we said earlier, you'll actually feel the feelings of confidence that go with the behavior.
Overthinking and perfectionism made me feel stuck. For weeks and months now, I've been having this itch and desire to create and put myself out there, but I kept putting it off. School, work, family, obligations, my parents, fear, and just life in general are all reasons I haven't started. But that isn't an excuse because I was born to do this. I also wanted my vids to be perfect and for you, the audience, to love my work or like me. But the thing is, not everyone will like my work, and I can't force you to like it. To all creatives out there, take this as a lesson to stop overthinking because you won't make any progress doing that. So just create. Make the shit you want to make.
The only matter of concern to a wise and philosophic individual is the things completely under your control. You can't control the movements of the sun and the planets. You can't control whether a leaky ship sinks or makes it to port. You can't control the weather. You can't control other people. You can't control the society around you. There's only one thing and one thing only that you are in control of, and that is you. Your will, your intentions, yourself. In other words, the wise man, the truly philosophical man, is the man who is entirely in control of his own soul, who takes utter and complete moral responsibility for his actions, and is indifferent to everything else, not because he doesn't care about other people, not because he doesn't care about the felicity of the entire human species, but because it's not under his control. There's no use wondering or worrying about what tomorrow will bring, since tomorrow isn't under your control. Do what's right today, and let tomorrow take care of itself.
Be selfish. Be selfish for the next 3 years. Go get yourself strong. Go put your own oxygen mask on. Put some money in the bank. Because if you go all in, if you stop thinking, I wish I could do more, be more, go all in and make the money. Get secure and put your oxygen mask on, and what you can do in 5 years from now, what you can do in 7 years from now, what you can do in 12 years from now is unbelievable.
Go do something. Do the best thing that you can think of. Put the best plan you have into practice.
You can't do it, don't say you can do it. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't over leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're going to try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. Finish it, find out. Ooh, if I just would it, that keeps me up at night. I think it keeps a lot of us up at night. When you half-ass something and you just don't know whether you failed or succeeded, got what you want or didn't get what you want. Finding out and looking in the mirror and going, I didn't half-ass it. I went all the way. I found out, and that ain't for me. Or I found out, and you damn right that is for me.
I hate fucking social media. It's poison. That phone is the biggest distraction in the world. When it comes time for the phone, I'm on the phone. When not, I don't use it. I'm all about being present where I'm at. The biggest thing you have to do is shut off technology. You have to go dark. Shut your phone off, shut the fucking TVs off, shut the world off, and tune into you.
The biggest advice is shut off your phones, shut off all technology, find a dark, quiet place for you to think.
Stop hearing yourself talk, get off the podcast, don't be on social media too much, cut out all the fucking noise, get back to the fucking mental lab. You have to be quiet in your mind, get away from people. We love being around people, we love talking, we love parties, we love all that shit. It's okay to be alone.
The hardest part is you have to put the action in. And that's where everybody fails, is the action part. But you have to quiet the noise.
What I discovered about focusing in on a goal or something you want to accomplish is that the moment that you focus in on what you want to do, that's when you begin to have energy to do it. A distracted person lacks energy. And when they get to the thing they need to be focusing in on, they don't have the energy to give. But when a person says, no, this is the one thing I'm going to do, and they set their mind to it, they set their eyes on it, they set their hand to do it, all of a sudden energy begins to fill their life. Why? Because what you focus on, what you concentrate on, what you desire to accomplish, once your eyes are fixed on that, it begins to energize you, and you begin to see the possibility of making it happen.
look for the lessons, because the lessons are always there. And the number one lesson I could offer you where your work is concerned is this: become so skilled, so vigilant, so flat out fantastic at what you do that your talent cannot be dismissed. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You're only on this planet to be you.
Don't worry about the girls today. Go ahead, hit that gym, bro. Go ahead, get that skincare right, bro. Go ahead, get them clothes fitted and start getting your body right and everything I just named, and then watch what happens. Focus on that and then watch what the girls do, bro. I'm telling you. When you focus on you, the focus will then be on you. You can't focus on why you're not getting this or why you're not getting that unless you putting yourself in the best position to receive those things.
Our focus controls our life, but most of us don't control our focus. Focus equals feeling. Whatever you focus on, you will feel, make a note, even if it's not true. Focus equals feeling. And if you don't decide consciously to focus on, then your brain will just let something else control your focus. What's wrong is always available. You can always find something wrong with yourself, with other people. On the other hand, what's right is also always available. And I'm not talking about positive thinking. I'm talking about being intelligent. Most of us let the world control our focus. Most of you are not thinking about the clothing touching your skin until I mention it, or the feeling of your heartbeat unless you focus on it. So there are millions of things we can experience in life, but we experience only what we focus on.
Focus on you until the focus is on you, bro.
If you are not where you want to be, cut the women. They are distractions.
Your depression comes from a lack of self-value. The last thing you need in your life is a woman.
You can do anything you want. Just don't focus on girls. Stay away from females. They're a distraction. Focus on yourself.
See, people think that having someone in their life that's gonna make them feel a certain way is gonna make their problems go away. But don't understand that it's just temporary.
I didn't go to parties. I didn't have no girlfriend. Barely had friends sometimes. You know why? Because I was focused.
Don't worry about the girls today. Go ahead, hit that gym, bro. Go ahead, get that skincare right, bro. Go ahead, get them clothes fitted and start getting your body right and everything I just named, and then watch what happens. Focus on that and then watch what the girls do, bro.
Where will you be in your business and your life in 36 months? Who has done something in your life that once seemed difficult or impossible, and now it's part of your life? You decided there's something you wanted so bad that you unleashed all your desire. You became obsessed with it. Wherever focus goes, energy flows. You envisioned something, you got clear about it, and then you started thinking about all the reasons why you wanted it. So this is what's next for me now.
There was no outsiders. It was isolation. It was visualization. It was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life, you know what I mean? To get to the pinnacle, it needs to be like that. It needs to be no outsiders. It needs to be, you need to have your team and your focus, and that's it.
You want to reach your goal? How to reach the goal the quickest? Be focused with your energy. Meaning, be focused with the mind. Don't lose the goal from the mind. Whatever you do, from the moment of waking up until the evening, whatever you do, keep the goal in the mind. This is the quickest way of making this goal become real.
A man with time and distractions will always lose to a man with a deadline and a singular focus.
We don't experience life. We experience the life we focus on. In every moment, what's wrong is always available, so is what's right. And it's not positive thinking, it's about intelligence.
And so it's never been easier to be successful than it is today. It's just also never been easier to be distracted.
And a lot of people now are talking. I hear so much talk. I don't hear a lot of work.
People will line up to tell you that you can't do it, why you can't do it, that you'll lose your time, you'll lose your money, that you will in effect die in the desert.
I hear a lot of people telling you what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, how you should be fucking living. And I look at them and you're fat, you're out of shape, you look like shit, but you're telling a motherfucker how to live.
Even people who should know better will try to discourage you. To achieve anything greater worthwhile, you must train yourself to rise above these people, ignoring them and pressing on towards your goal regardless.
I decide what I want to do with my life. Not no boss, not your parents, not your brothers or your sisters. You. This is your life. take fucking control of it and start taking action.
Ignore the opinions of others and do so much volume that it would be unreasonable that you would be unsuccessful.
What you find out is most people don't really want it. Most people are scared to go all in. Most people are scared to sacrifice themselves.
They not gonna understand what the fuck you doing because they ain't never did it. They ain't gonna understand, bro, I gotta lock in for the whole summer, bro. I ain't coming outside.
If you keep doing what the majority of people do, you're gonna end up like the majority of people.
Separate yourself from the masses. Separate yourself from your friends.
See, it's only gonna work though if you trust the process. It's only gonna work, brother, if you're locked in.
Those who do not have any sense of their own competence will become competitive, because their only pleasure is being one step ahead of somebody else. Being better than somebody, if it's a pleasure for you, you enjoy other people's failures. I call that sickness. This is not success. You, as a life, you want to be at your fullest. You have a right to be. Every life in creation, from a worm, insect, bird, animal, even a plant and tree, all striving to their best, isn't it? You also. But why are you concerned whether somebody is behind you? This is not good for you. This is definitely not good for humanity.
Let the laughs, the mockery, the comments, the jokes that they cracking on the text chain, whatever it is they're doing, let that be the fuel to remind you that what God is doing, people are laughing, and they're laughing because they're noticing.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but you know what? Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough.
If they're not laughing, then you should be a little concerned about what you're doing.
One thing I did wrong in my life was I tried for so many years to please people. And I did it at the expense of myself.
Don't ever think or believe that you gotta smoke what they smoke, drink what they drink, wear what they wear.
With all due respect to everyone, fuck everyone. I'm just here for my own.
The only thing that you can do is win so big that all of them constantly compare themselves to you, and then you'll forget they exist.
Focus on you. People come and go. You're being judged no matter what. So be who you want to be. What other people think of you is none of your business. Be yourself. People don't have to like you, and you don't have to care. Learn to say no without explaining yourself. Be proud. You survived the days you thought you couldn't.
The fastest way to take control of your life is to stop controlling everyone around you.
Focus on what you can control. Focus on what you're getting, not what anyone else is getting. Whenever you get an opportunity, you take advantage of it. You treat it like it's the Super Bowl. You treat it like it's game day. Go out there and treat practice like no one else does.
You have no idea how much energy you are burning through, thinking about, worrying about, obsessing about what other people are doing, what they're not doing, what they're feeling, all of which you have zero control over.
We idolize so many people, and we want to be them. We want to be someone else. And in doing that, you lose all the potential of who you are. You mimic, you be them, you are them, you become them, and you lose you. You focus on you and only on you to become the best person you could be for others. Because we leave a lot on the table, not searching who we are. And then therefore, you die not knowing your greatest potential.
I promise you, take 1 year of your life and just focus on you. Get your finances right, get your body right, get your mind right. And I promise you, that right person is gonna come to you. That right friend group gonna come to you. Cause you gonna attract it. You ain't gonna need to chase it. The problem is that we always chasing like, oh my God, I want to have this type of friend group. I want to have this type of man or woman. And just let it come. You gonna feel it.
Weak people
focus on their insecurities. Arrogant people focus on others' weaknesses. Strong people focus on their strengths. Focusing on others makes you weaker. Focusing on yourself makes you stronger. So focus on yourself and don't worry about anyone else.
Why are you out running 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and not later in the day? Or why do fighters do that?
Because I don't want to do it. I think it's the discipline to do things that you don't want to do. I don't want to get up for a run. Sometimes I get up and run, I see guys, and I like to hang out. I see people in the car, they party, they came from partying and hanging out. I'm like, wow, I'm the guy, this guy's over there having fun, I'm running.
No one wants to get up at 4 and run when it's pitch dark. It has to be done. And the only reason I do it so early is because I believe that the other guy isn't doing it, and that it gives me a little edge.
Listen, please, the worst thing you can do, I see you doing it, looking on your phone. Don't do that. Look, guys, we're just connected to that fucking phone 24 hours a day. You got 1 hour a day, or arguably if you're lifting weights, should be less than that, 3 or 4 hours a week. Take that time to really focus on what you're doing and leave everything behind. And that means leaving your umbilical cord to the rest of the world, which is your phone, yeah? Leave it in the locker, leave it in your bag. Surely for 1 hour, there's nothing on there that you really need to look at. It's not just for your body, it's for your mind as well. It's beneficial. It's kind of like a meditation that you're forgetting about everything else. You're not thinking about your relationship, your business, your bills and all that if you're in a workout, because you're just engrossed in the workout and the movement and the muscle, and it's stretching, it's contracting. You could easily do 1 or 2 more reps usually if you're really motivated and you're really in the zone. If you're thinking about something else, you're not going to do it.
You know, these moments of depression when things go wrong, once you overcome them, you become stronger from them. And it's that moment in life later that is built upon failure. Same with success. Success is never gotten on the first time usually. It's failure after failure after failure, learning from your failures from one to another to another. You know, trying, even if you get knocked down, you continue to try and continue to try. And ensuring you never fail to try. It's that mentality. It's the mentality, bring it on, motherfucker, I can take it. You can't break this shit. I'm stronger than you think I am. And everything you throw at me and all the hardships you throw at me, you might knock me down, but I get back up and I'll be stronger for it. It's that mentality that builds an iconic status that centuries from now people still talk about.
The journey is truly the reward. I may not be who I want to be today, but I know I can be better tomorrow, working towards who that person is to me. That's a choice for me. The wins and the losses, whether the games come and go, yes. Am I dedicated to my craft? Yes. Have I made mistakes within the business of my craft? Yes. Am I going to make mistakes moving forward? Yes. Am I ever going to be perfect? No, I'm joking. I'll never be perfect, but like at the same time, I'm just aware that you have to have laughter. You have to have fun in this. You have to smile. You cannot put too much pressure on yourself, because there's one life to live.
Grab your fucking nuts. For once in your life, have some ownership, some credibility behind your actions and your words. Mean what you say, do what you say. Follow through for something for one time in your life. One time, follow through on what you say. You will feel a high that you've never felt before. When you follow through on things in life, guys, you achieve the confidence, the mentality that anything's possible. This is madness. This is a super fucking psycho workout. But if you have it up here, and you go through it out there, guys, you will leave here not only physically dominating, but mentally unstoppable. It all starts today. If you're ready to transform.
The most important question that you have to ask yourself in life is, how badly do you want what you want? How badly do you want it? Or do you want it at all? You see, there's an awful lot of people who want an awful lot of things. But how badly do they want it? If you want it so badly, if you want it with tremendous intensity of desire, there's really nothing in the world that can stop you from getting it.
So I had made the decision that I would either die or I would succeed. Repeated message that I had to myself over and over again was, I cannot lose if I do not quit.
You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You've got to be possessed with the dream. And every single day, you've got to wake up and put forth effort.
Journey is not easy. Before you start that journey mentally, you must fuel yourself with the right reasons, the right fuel to sustain the entire journey. Everyone's hot off the start, but after a month or so into it, or a couple weeks into it, with the wear and tear and the grind starts to hit you, start losing focus on the horizon, do you not? You get caught away in the daily hiccups, the ups and downs, and the wear and tear. And you focus on the speed bumps, the daily activities, losing sight of the true purpose. When you lose sight of the purpose, you get too much value of what the pain is today. We always invest today, sacrifice today for tomorrow's betterment. But if we don't know what that betterment is, the want factor, what we're really doing it for, we can't win this war, guys.
Feel the pain? Because you're focusing on it. You're focusing on the negative energy of the pain. Focus on the positive energy of the pain. That pain is letting you know you're fixing something that's insufficient in your life.
24 hours a day. There's no days off. There's no missing meals. There's no missing sleep. There's no missing workouts. You can't do this at 90% or even 99%. Take it from me. If you're not 100%, you will never be successful. You gotta burn the boats and burn the bridges and commit all energy and focus to being the greatest bodybuilder on the entire planet. The body is not used to the 9th or 10th or 11th or 12th rep. No, you've got to go through this pain barrier and just go on and on and on and on. And it's these last 2, 3, or 4 repetitions. That's what makes the muscle grow. And that's what separates one from being a champion, one from not being a champion. This is what most people lack. The guts to just go in there and say, I don't care what happens. If I fall, I have no fear.
When you have something in life that you want to accomplish, you have to be willing to give up your happiness. Because whatever you want, especially when you're striving to be the best in the world or something, there's going to always be disappointments. And you can't be emotionally tied to them, because they'll break your spirit.
Sometimes I remember I was training morning, I go home, rest, I come, I training nighttime, I go home, and I was like, no, it's not enough 2 times. I have to go 1 more time. And sometimes 12, 11 p.m., sometimes I was going, I remember, like, to the training. I train 3 times in the day, come home, okay. I have like 5-6 hours to rest, because 7 morning is gonna become
sounds
new
like
training. Like,
sounds
you
like
know,
obsession.
like, I was like, this is like, it was my life, you know. I sacrificed everything what I have. I will sleep, train, eat, repeat, and that's it. I think it's about mental, your brain, how you think about this. There is like, you want this or no. There is not like 50-50.
Well, if you wake up and every day you obsess over something and you live and breathe it, and that's what you think about, that's what you do, that's what you study on and off, that's what you stay up every night grinding, and no one else even gives a flying about it, it's like, you just feel like a weirdo. We agreed not to drink, we didn't do drugs, like we didn't date, we didn't do anything. We just literally obsessed from the time we woke up to the time we went to bed. That's literally all we did.
We gotta change sometime.
I don't want to change, man. I like who I am.
We're changing. We're like turning into regular people.
Nah, Stallion. Baby, you think you're changing. But you can't change what you really are. And you can forget all this money and stuff you got all around you, man, because it don't change a thing. You and me, we don't even have a choice. See, we're born with a killer instinct that you can't just turn off and on like some radio. We have to be right in the middle of the action because we're the warriors. And without some challenge, without some damn war to fight, then the warrior may as well be dead, Stallion.
Everybody gets one chance to do something great. Most people never take the chance, either because they're too scared or they don't recognize it when it spits on their shoes. This is your big chance, and you shouldn't let it go by.
Now, all successful people are those who consciously are aware that the self-doubt that holds most people back is something that they are heir to as well. And they're alert and sensitive to it. When a person says, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? They have a tendency to say, well, I can't because of this and I can't. Wait a minute. There's a story of a little boy. Goes to school for the first time. And the teacher says, do you play a musical instrument? He said, I don't know, I haven't tried yet. If you ask an adult, do you play a musical instrument? What will the adult say? Nope, I can't. No, never could. Don't have tone deaf. Don't have any musical ability at all. Yeah, most of us believe I can't. I don't have it. I can't do it. Our natural tendency is to sell ourselves short. Our natural tendency is to think of the reasons why we can't before we think of the reasons why we can. So the key to breaking ourselves out of the comfort zone and breaking ourselves loose of the shackle of helplessness is courage and confidence. We neutralize the antidote to fear and ignorance is desire and knowledge. And the more we learn about what we want to do and be and have, the more we believe that we can do it. The more we believe that we can do it, the more willing we are to try. And the more willing we are to try, the more likely it is we will succeed. What is the first part of triumph? The first part of triumph is to try.
You got 24 hours in a day. 8 hours you sleep, right? And most people work a 9 to 5. So 8 hours you working.
16 hours.
Okay, so we had 16 hours. We got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we'll be at night, just 19. You take your hour to get ready. So we had 20 hours. So you guys cannot spend 4 hours going talking about, they lying. I like this photo. They faking. Sending photos to other people. Y'all got to get focused. I'm where I'm at because I'm focused. Tunnel vision. I'm focused on what I got to do. Y'all gotta have a game plan.
Gotta get focused.
My focus is too critical for me not to guard it. You have an alarm on your house because you love it. You have an alarm on your car because you love it. You have alarm notifications set up on your online banking, so if anybody tries fraud, you get notified.
Yes, sir.
But yet, you leave your focus unguarded. See, you ain't got to have nothing to be around me, but you at least got to be focused on something to be around me. Because distracted people do what? Distract people. If I don't call you back, I'm guarding my focus. If I don't come around, I'm guarding my focus.
I want to encourage somebody out there who's thinking about quitting and giving up. Somebody who has been praying for years for things to turn around. You're thinking about quitting, you're thinking about giving up. You're allowing this family curse that have gotten in the way of what your mama, your daddy, your cousins, and everybody in your family have not been able to accomplish. You are folding, you are caving in. This is for you. Don't give up. Don't give up. Stay in it. Stay focused.
And now it's gone. No one believed me.
Nobody's ever believed in me. Poor cripple from the undercity. I was an outsider the moment I stepped foot in Piltover. I didn't have the benefits of a patron or a name. I simply believed in myself. Which is why I'm here. Because I think you're onto something.
No one thinks it can be done.
When you're going to change the world, don't ask for permission.
They see I don't party, bro, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and they see that and they're like, bro, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go have fun.
You are.
You feel what I'm saying? But I'm having fun, and I try to tell them, like, don't let me affect what you do,
I'm gonna
bro.
be good regardless.
I'm gonna be good regardless, but I'm comfortable who I am.
To get anything of value, you have to sacrifice.
Paul, what is your purpose? Why are you here?
It's just too hard.
Do you know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing? Nothing that has meaning is easy.
You asked for strength, and you received challenges to become stronger. You asked for a positive mind, and you were thrown into darkness to find your own light. You see, everything has its purpose, so only focus on improving yourself. That's all you can ever do.
Figure out what you want. Ignore the opinions of others. Do so much work, it would be unreasonable that you fail. Realize it never mattered to begin with. Help others once you get there. You've already achieved the things you said would make you successful.
If you give it all you have, you're gonna get max potential back. And then who knows what can come. That's the beautiful thing. If you don't show up, guys, you know the outcome. You'll never get the job, never get the part. Small down payment that you're willing to pay every day for the large investment of a greater life. You only got one life, guys. Again, if you work it right, you only need one.
He said, Jim, if you had enough reasons, you could do the most incredible things. I never forgot how he put that. If you have enough reasons. See, reasons will change your whole life. Mr. Shoaff said to me, he said, Mr. Rohn, I think you've got plenty of intelligence, you've got plenty of talent, you've got plenty of ability. Probably what you lack is plenty of reasons.
Nietzsche said, I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and impossible. The fact that something seems impossible shouldn't be a reason to not pursue it. That's exactly what makes it worth pursuing. Where would the courage and greatness be if success was certain and there was no risk? The only true failure is shrinking away from life's challenges.
I don't really understand what my life's task is. I call that a master your life's task. Please help me, Robert. You have to be patient. It's not going to come like a light bulb in your head. I was meant to do this. I was meant to write the 48 Laws of Power. That's not how it works. So I like to tell people to go back to their early childhood memories of things that really excited them before they got mixed up with parents and teachers and all that, other people telling them stuff.
Because what people don't get is one day that thing's going to come up. But we don't take a second to realize the purpose is always there. The purpose never leaves us because the very purpose is you.
But if the why isn't strong, if your goals aren't powerful, if the vision isn't clear, the old prophet said, without a vision we die, without a vision we perish, without a dream we're nothing.
Now is the best time to start.
Not tomorrow. Not next week.
Not until next month.
Not next year. You have to start
Right now.
Get out there and chase your dreams. Find adventure. Fall in love. Take risks. Because trust me, it'll be worth it, I promise.
You could have anything you want if you want it badly enough. You can be anything you want to be. Do anything you set out to accomplish if you hold to that desire with singleness of purpose.
So how come you're up so early? Say, if you were headed where I'm headed, you'd be up early too. If you were going to meet who I'm going to meet, you'd be up early. If it was going to stack up for you like it's stacking up for me, you'd be getting up early.
You should basically be the person that your younger self wanted as a role model. Brave, courageous, earnest, honest, virtuous, like on fire. There's this quote from the ancient Greeks that says, live as though all your ancestors were living again through you.
You got to find your why, and your why is what's going to start you. And so for a lot of you, you're not doing nothing because you don't have any purpose right now. You don't have a sense of purpose. You're not waking up for nobody. And I need you to get that engine. I need that drive because you know what to do. You're the right person to do it, but you just can't seem to get out of bed. You can't seem to do what you're supposed to do. Every time you come up against a trial or a tribulation, you let it stop.
What is the antidote to worry? What do you think it is? Well, it's simply this. It is purposeful action. The only real antidote to worry is purposeful action. Everything that gets you to the point where you can take purposeful action, where you can move, and as Shakespeare says, take arms against the sea of troubles, and by so doing end them, anything that gets you to the point where you can take purposeful action will eliminate the worry. Why? Because of what we call the law of substitution.
When you at this day, when you have reached the hilltop, and you are deciding on next jobs, next steps, careers, further education, you would rather find purpose than a job or a career. Purpose crosses disciplines. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose.
The only way to discover what your why is or what you love is you must experience as many different things as you can. You can't just read about something. You can't just hear someone talk about something. You must experience as many different things as you can. That is the only way. Otherwise, you fall into the trap of doing something you don't love because you never actually tried it beforehand.
So if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself. Man, why am I not doing this for myself? Because that is the number one purpose in life, is to better oneself.
A great line. It's the, if you want to find out what you should do in life, what do you think about all the time? That's your God.
See, you can do anything. You can get up any hour, read any book, take any class, make any change, develop any skill, do any discipline. And my personal question to you is, why not you?
You might think that bed's warm, feels all comfortable. You come here, you kill it, give it everything you have, leave it all here. The warmth you feel after that, second to none, man, second to none. No sheet can provide that comfort for you. When you give it all here, guys, and you leave it all here, you are your weakest state, bottom of the barrel. What's about to happen? Your greatest triumph. You kill yourself on pride in here, leaving nothing to spare. What's gonna come? The growth of opportunity.
I have never met anybody who became incredibly successful in any area of their life until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass.
What's your why? If I don't give y'all nothing else, you better start that. What's your why? You know why I do what I do and I do it so passionately? Because my grandfather was a high school dropout. My father was a high school dropout. I was a high school dropout. And we about to break the cycle. I do what I do so my son won't have to go through what I went through. I'm about to give everything I got. And I will know if I don't get another gig, it won't have anything to do with the fact that I didn't put everything on the field. What's your why? Why do you wake up in the morning?
Problem with the pursuit of happiness is that when life storms come along, happiness disappears, and then you're left with nothing. And so you need to pursue something that's deeper than happiness. And if happiness comes along, well then, hooray for you. You don't want to despise it because it's fleeting, but it's much better to pursue things that are meaningful than things that make you happy. It's deeper and it orients you more appropriately, and it keeps you centered in your own life. It makes you more useful for your family and your community. And it's a relief to young people to know that the baseline conditions of life are difficult, but then you can still prevail.
Your purpose in life is something that you're born with. It's like your destiny. This is what you were meant to accomplish. But we humans are not born with that purpose engraved in our heads. You know, animals don't wake up and go, what am I going to do today? I can go here. I can hunt for this animal. I can hunt for that animal. I can eat this. No, they don't. They operate by instinct. They have a purpose. It's automatic almost. We have to find our purpose. And because it's so deep and it's so important, that if we don't find it, we'll find it somewhere else. We need something to live for.
You know what I want you to understand? Everything you say yes to is you saying no to something else. There is nothing you say yes to that doesn't cost you something. And you need to pay attention to what you're saying yes to, because you may actually be saying no to your future. Because people who achieve greatness make a decision to live a life that is self-sacrificing and that has deferred gratification. Just because it brings you pleasure doesn't mean it gives you purpose. If you keep living your life for what you want today, you will not be creating the life you'll want tomorrow.
One of the major reasons for setting goals is for what they make of you in achieving them.
Hey. You know, sometimes you gotta go wide. You gotta go far. And you have to do something crazy to get somewhere new or do something special. It's just life. The best things, they're not easy. And hey, it might feel improbable, it might feel impossible, but you gotta do it. Trust me on this one. I think it'll work out. Give it a try, alright?
And I want to talk to you about discovering your purpose. Do you know when you discover your purpose, that's when your life really begins? Think about it. You know, it's been said there's two important days in your life. The day you're born and the day you discover why you were born. It's why you get out of bed in the morning. It's why you get up and get going. You have a purpose in life. Now, without a purpose, you're just wandering around. No direction. See, I honestly believe every one of us are hardwired to do something. There's something, we've got a talent and ability within us that will just blossom when we find it.
You know, you should risk it. Do something crazy. Take a chance. Because I know that comfort is great, and the couch is great, and your bed is great, but I promise you, somewhere far, somewhere wild, somewhere you feel lost, you might find yourself. I don't know. Give it a try.
What's the one question you can ask yourself to help you find your purpose? The one question to ask yourself right now, the only time to ask it is right now, that will find your purpose in life is, what is the next right thing in front of me now? We do not figure out our purpose by trying to project ourselves years into the future and coming up with some grandiose plan. That's not how it's done. You have to understand that it's constantly orchestrating everything perfectly to put you on the path that will lead to that ultimate goal. But the way that you get there is step by step. The next step, the step in front of you. So don't ask yourself, what am I meant to be doing 5-10 years from now? Ask yourself, what can I do to be useful at this very moment? As small as it seems, as mundane as it seems, but that is the direction. That's the step that will get you to the end goal, where you will be able to look back in retrospect and see that you've lived a life of purpose.
Is there a version of yourself that's better than you are right now? And most people, hopefully, would say yes. It's like, great, accept that person. To me, when we talk about the authenticity, accepting yourself is accepting the ideal that we can live up to. And that is what we accept, not the shitty version of that we are today.
I need you to confront you, because you're the one holding you up. I need you to confront you. I need you to look in the mirror and tell you, you are not going to do me like this no more. You're not going to continue to sabotage me. You're not. You're not going to keep procrastinating. I need you. You're not.
That if you don't get busy and work on it, sure enough, the time will pass. And sure enough, 5 years from now, you'll wind up where you don't want to be, wearing what you don't want to wear, driving what you don't want to drive, being what you don't want to be. Now's the time to fix it.
You must be able to see it, Mr. Anderson. You must know it by now. You can't win. It's pointless to keep fighting. Why, Mr. Anderson? Why? Why do you persist?
Because I choose to.
In 2017, Charles Leclerc lost his father, and in his final days, he told his father a white lie, that he'd made it to Formula One, that he'd signed the contract. It wasn't true then, but his driving has made it true now. And look what he's done with the opportunity. The grandstands he saw built as a kid growing up now rise for him. And for the first time in 93 years, this fabled race is won by one of their own. Charles Leclerc wins the Monaco Grand Prix.
We won it! Finally!
Yes! Yes!
There's that quote about the ironic tragedy is that life has to be lived forward but only makes sense in reverse.
Right. Yeah. Ironic tragedy. Who said that?
You can't quit, man. You got to stay with it. There's somebody having it way harder than you, and they didn't give up.
We all think about quitting. Shit's hard.
There's going to be days when you're aching and tired and sore, and there's people in your family that are sick, and you're cynical and bitter, and you need a reason to get up.
The purpose is always there. The purpose never leaves us, because the very purpose is you. You are always the purpose.
I don't really care what you do. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's you that counts. And the more you understand you, the better your results you're going to get.
You have to be crazy enough to think that it's possible.
Sometimes you have to create a delusion, even if you have to lie yourself into believing that.
That's how you do something worthwhile. You have to believe it's possible.
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion, because it's only delusional until it works.
Your mind is designed to help you get what you want. You just have to be willing to believe it's possible.
And when you believe something is possible, everything else will figure itself out.
Now we come to the final question. What is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of your life? Why are you here? Why do you exist at all? Why do you get up in the morning? Why do you have a life? Why are you on the earth? Is it simply to be born, to grow up, to work, to reproduce, to die? Or is there something else? In my estimation, there is something else, something far more important. In this session, I want to talk to you about my discoveries and my thoughts about what the true purpose of life is. The true purpose of life, in my estimation, is to find a mission. Some of the wisest men and women of this century and of previous centuries have looked at this whole idea of why a human being is put on this earth, and they've come to the conclusion that we are put on this earth to fulfill our potential by finding our true mission in life. Emmett Fox calls this your heart's desire.
If you don't know where you want to go, or who you want to be, you eventually just float around and you will eventually crash.
Most people walk around with no goals, no ambition. They don't know where they're going. It's like a ship with no destination. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there.
Ask yourself this: if I had a gun to your head and I said, pick the one thing that you want to do in life that would just make you absolutely happy, would give you a sense of fulfillment and peace of mind, never mind that it's not going to make you money. The thing that you would do if money was not an issue, what is it?
Once you know where you want to go, then you direct your time, your energy, and your attention to the execution and the achievement of that goal. It's all about intention. But most people walk around in life thinking that life is just a big fat lottery. And it's just not that case. Those that live by the lottery of life most likely end up losing.
Now, here's the next exercise. Now I want you to answer this question. What kind of person must I become to achieve all I want? And I'll give you time to write that down now. What kind of person must I become to achieve all I want? What you become helps you to achieve, and what you achieve helps you to become. And the more you become, the more you can achieve, and the more you achieve, the more you can become. Who knows which affects the other the most? So now just write this exercise. Start with a few sentences. Your concept of the person you think you must become to achieve what you want. Time for a little truth here. Maybe you need to become much wiser than you are at the moment. You need to become stronger. You need to have better health. Maybe you need a little coaching to really become the person I want to become. I'm going to have some coaching. Physical coaching, spiritual coaching, developing skills coaching. To be the influence you want to be, you got to build an incredible reputation. What kind of person must I be to attract all that I want in my life and the people that I want and the opportunities that I want?
Jimmy Carr broke my brain with this one. Everyone is jealous of what you've got. No one is jealous of how you got it.
The man says, I will climb the mountain. They've told me it's too high, it's too far, it's too rocky, it's too difficult, it's never been done before, but it's my mountain, I will climb it. Pretty soon you'll see me waving from the top. Or dead on the side, because I ain't coming back. That is the definition. Promise yourself you will never give up. I ask the kids, how long should a baby try to learn how to walk? How long? How long would you give your average baby before you shut him off? How long? See, any mother in the world would say, you're crazy. My baby's going to keep trying until it learns how to walk. What a magic formula.
What if you did it? What if you actually did it? How do you think you'd feel? I mean, just for a minute, think about what your life would look like if you hit every goal that you have. If you actually went out and did everything you said you were going to do. What would your life look like?
When you get to the point where it hurt real bad, when you get to the point you can't take it no more, when you get to that point, you cannot quit doing the process. You cannot give up.
But once you realize you're not going to be around forever, I think that's what makes life so magical. One day you'll eat your last meal, smell your last flower, hug your friend for the very last time. You might not know it's the last time. So that's why you should do everything you love with passion, you know? Treasure the few years you've got, because that's all there is.
Inside we grow. We start from here and it comes out. This workout's called Pictorial Pride. Chest workout, the pride from within, is going to give birth to the strength and the capability of the fundamental structure that we can achieve this stuff. And from within, we're not worried about the sun, the clouds, the fucking people in the parking lots. We're worried about our mission at hand. and we're going to achieve that mission.
I believe you are purpose. I believe you are purpose. You're created for a purpose. Like, we know the statistics, it's like a 0% chance of you being you. You are that. So when you operate from there, it gives you that confidence that I am that. It's not something I've searched for. You can take your life wherever you want to take it. What you're looking for is placement, right? It's like, so for me, rehab time is not my purpose. It's my placement. I can take Trent to down the street and go impact lives because I am purpose, right? Football, if my mom was right back then, I could use that platform to be who I am. So you can take your life anywhere. And I want people to know that, because some people think when you lose a dream or you lose something that it's over. But you didn't lose who you are. You lost that thing, that placement.
What shall I do? Well, for progress, you must decide. The best advice I can give you came from a wealthy friend of mine who said, if it's easy, do it easy. If it's hard, do it hard. Just get it done. If you went home tonight and in the next few days cleaned up a whole list of decisions, that might furnish enough inspiration for the next 10 years. I found this out many times after you've decided. Getting on with it is easier than deciding. Sometimes decision is the toughest one. Here's the next emotion, desire, wanting to bad enough. And I don't know how to tell you to want to. That's something you've got to come up with. There's two things I know about desire. Number one, it comes from inside, not outside. You don't send off for it.
Your heart's desire is something that is placed deep down inside you, maybe even before you're born. And it's something that calls to you and sings to you and lures you on throughout your life. And the reason that we say that only 1 or 2 or 5 out of 100 people fulfill their potential in any given generation is because most people ignore the callings of this heart's desire. They push it aside, they ignore it, they pretend it isn't there. They get involved in bills and families and business and careers, and this tugs at them. Sometimes they don't get into it until later on in life, but every single person has the ability to establish for themselves a mission.
And on my list of things, now I put everything. Little things as well as major things. Doesn't matter how small it is, it goes on my list. I used to just put major things, cars, homes. I don't do that anymore. I now load my list with everything. Everything. See, we all grow from 2 experiences. One is called the pain of losing. The other one is called the joy of winning.
My coach told me, Coach Smith told me I'll never be nothing. From that day forward, I made a promise that I will give it everything I got. I'm ready to die for what I had to succeed. I have to give it everything I got. That way I'm a winner no matter what.
They say the greatest achievement of somebody comes right after their worst defeat. When they've hit rock bottom, hit the bottom of the barrel, they got nothing left. Everyone's given up on them. They've lost all their worldly possessions. They're dead broke on their back. It's at that point, guys, when everything's lost, that everything can be gained. There's no more ego there, is there? They let go of, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if I don't like, what if this person rejects me? The animosity, the pressures of society, they let it all go because they've lost it all. They're just now left with the intestinal fortitude, the pride within. Do I want to stay on the bottom of this barrel, or do I climb the fuck out of this hole?
Check the size of your goals and the kinds of goals. How big they are, what kind they are, affects you. And here's one of the important phrases of the evening. Your goals are affecting you, whatever they are. Your goals affect your attitude, personality. Your goals affect the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress. All day long, we're being affected by our goals. Now, some people have goals, but they have such lousy goals. I asked a guy one time, what are your goals for this month? The guy said, look, if I could just scrape up enough money to pay these lousy bills. That was his goal. I'm not saying it isn't a goal. It's a goal, but it's such a lousy goal, the effect is bad.
So what is it we say we're all trying to achieve in life? What are we pursuing? Happiness is usually the word. I propose this. Forget happiness. How about go for joy? Happiness is usually a destination, a place we think if we get there, then I will be happy. But joy is different. It's not a destination. It's the process of living, of finding joy in what we're fashioned to do. And when we do it well, it's more joyful. If we don't do it well, we can find joy in going, well, I'm going to try it next time. Joy is a process. Happiness is a destination. I think we'd all be a lot cooler and better, truer people if we found the joy in the process and didn't keep trying to pursue the result, the destination that we call happiness, which is really unattainable.
I think we look down now to 16-year-olds and say, where are you going to go to college? What are you going to do for the rest of your life? And it's like, they're not fully baked yet. How do they know? Give them a break. Just say, look, I think after high school, take a year off, take 2 years off, join the Peace Corps, travel, go figure things out, or just enjoy yourself. For the first time in their lives, they're adults, and they don't have to be somewhere. They're not told to be somewhere. Get used to that freedom. Get used to having the need to self-govern yourself, to be able to employ self-discipline. You just have to live. You just have to live. You just have to act your age. If you're 26, be 26. Stop trying to be 56. It's not expected, and it's a burden that you don't have to carry. You will not be the man that you want to be until you grow into it. You have to grow into it.
Probably what you lack is plenty of reasons. You've got enough intelligence, but not enough reasons. Here's what else I found out. Reasons come first, answers come second. You don't get the answers to do well till you get the reasons. Life has a mysterious way of hanging on to all the answers and only gives them up to the people that are inspired by reasons.
When you concentrate and work intensely on an important task, it gives you a feeling of energy and enthusiasm. When you complete an important task, your self-esteem goes up. You feel like a winner. You feel great about yourself.
If you have a list of tasks to do and you choose to do your most important task and you complete it, you get a rush. It's called an endorphin rush, and your brain releases endorphins which flood your system and make you actually feel exhilarated. You almost laugh out loud. You're happy. Your heart rate goes up. You're smiling. Sometimes you will stay and work late at night to complete a task, and you get it done at 2 or 3 in the morning, and you finish it. And even though you should be exhausted, you're happy. You can't sleep. You're walking around. You watch television. Because you feel great. But if you work away on low priority tasks, even if you complete them and do them well, you don't get any excitement or thrill from doing something that's not important. The very worst thing in the world is to do very well with what need not be done at all.
Because we're meant to grow. If you ask me, what does it take to be happy? You met millions of people. What does it take? So many people are unhappy. Well, relationships are one of the keys to that, but there is one key even within relationship: progress. Progress equals happiness. If you go and achieve some huge goal, if you've ever done this, and then you achieve it, you have 1 or 2 experiences. You either go, is this all there is? Yeah. After you achieved it, which is horrible, feels worse than failing. Or you go, wow, this is amazing, and you celebrate. But how long do you feel good for after achieving some great goal? 5 years? A year? 6 months? Right? Why? Because we're not meant to just sit at the table of success and get fat and feel bored. We're meant to grow. And when we grow, when we make progress, we feel alive. And what makes us feel most alive, I know in your life, and in mine too, knowing you as a person, is when you grow, you have something to give. And what makes life meaningful is not just a happy life. It's not always happy, but a meaningful life is a life where you serve something more than yourself, something that gives you the energy and excitement, whether it be serving your kids and family or your business or something in your community or something in the world.
Your laziness is something that has to do with you. You're not connected to something deep enough. You don't feel the necessity. You don't feel the devil at your heels. You don't feel the fact that you could very well die tomorrow that will impel you to get something done. There's no necessity behind it. And the human animal, the way we were created, is when we feel pressure, we feel the necessity to get things done. We can move mountains. But when that pressure releases and we don't feel the need to get something done, we can become incredibly lazy because there's no necessity. So you have to create necessity in your life. You have to create the need to get things done.
Unhappiness is when your expectations of how life is meant to be going go unmet. And this explains why a a kid in Africa who gets rice, I was born in Africa, I was born in Botswana, a kid in Africa who gets rice can be euphoric, but a billionaire in a Michelin star restaurant in West London, if his 3 Michelin star steak comes without the sprinkle of dust or whatever shit they put on it, he will be visibly pissed off and complain, because his expectations of the world and how life should be going go unmet. So one of the ways that you can make sure you're happy, it's not Lamborghinis, it's just like having better expectations.
A society becomes great when old men plant trees under the shade of which they know they'll never sit. You gotta do something that's gonna leave something for somebody else's enjoyment that you know you won't even be there to enjoy. I know I won't be under that shade, man. I know I won't. But I planted them so my grandkids will be walking through that forest. Man, these some big trees. That tree 50 years old. Your granddad, Papa Harvey, put them trees there.
You know, why do I just keep getting up and going and going and going? But I had a purpose before everybody had an opinion. It's not about anybody else. It's not about anybody else. It's just about going to do it because that's what you want. That's what you set out there to go do. So I've always been my biggest critic, and you continue to stay that way.
Maybe your purpose in life isn't related to your job. Maybe your job is your job, and the job is the thing that supports you. And then the rest of your waking hours are devoted to your purpose, whatever that is.
Yeah, and a lot of us are trying to make it the same thing.
Yeah, and it's beautiful when it happens, but it doesn't always happen, and it's out of our control also.
Yeah.
We can decide. I would say if you need to have a job to support yourself, that's great. That's a noble thing to do. And follow your dreams. But I'm not saying they're one thing.
Yes.
They don't have to be one thing. And don't let following your dreams undermine your ability to support yourself. It could actually do the opposite.